You're watching Color 10 News at 10 in high definition.
An Ozarks community helps a firefighter severely burned over the weekend. Good evening, everybody. I'm David Oliver.
And I'm Ashley Ketz. We're glad you could join us. Marshfield Lieutenant Matt Blankenship is in the burn unit of Mercy Hospital recovering from a house fire in Niangua on Saturday. New tonight, Laura Kennedy shows what's being done for Blankenship.
Firefighters are certainly in the hearts of Americans this month. They face danger head-on every day to protect our homes and our forests. And now a local community is banding together to help one of their own injured in the line of duty. It began as a typical fire.
We were saving the home. Everything was going well.
When something went wrong Saturday at this house in Niangua. Marshfield firefighter Matt Blankenship severely burned, flown by helicopter to a Springfield hospital.
The community is very saddened by all of this. I mean, this hits the community pretty hard.
Sean Ricks is the Niangua fire chief, one of many in attendance at a benefit on Tuesday. Along with the Leppert family, who organized the event.
We're having a benefit for the firefighter that got hurt in my house.
Sean Leppert's parents brought their band together at the last minute to raise money for Lieutenant Blankenship. The family says every dollar donated is one more show of community support for the firefighter.
We hope everybody will donate and help his family out. Hopefully he makes a full recovery.
That recovery will keep Blankenship in the hospital and out of work, possibly for months. Leppert hopes to support him and the whole Marshfield Fire Department through every dollar bill dropped in a boot.
Our stuff will be replaced, but his life is changed forever.
We're brothers and we're sisters. Something happens to one, we step up and help.
If you would like to contribute to the fund, we have all the information you need on our website. Just find this story on ozarksfirst.com.
All right, Laura, thanks. Tonight, ranchers in the Ozarks worry this summer will be too dry. There is a hay shortage for the dairy herd at College of the Ozarks. Many ranchers are going to be forced to begin feeding their first batch of hay in the summer rather than waiting until winter, and that means they're going to have to buy more feed for the winter months.
We were definitely counting on those second and maybe third, fourth cuttings, but it doesn't look like we will get them, especially in this area. It takes a lot of preparation, a lot of science, and actually gambling on the weather.
And some ranchers, we are told, are now selling cows early in order to try and cut some costs. Jimmy Warner is here in our weather lab right now with your first look at the Ozarks first forecast.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, really. The turnaround in the weather pattern was very wet the first 5 months, and then we got into June, and the rains started to shut off around the third week of the month, and it's really been pretty dry ever since, running about 2 to 5 inches below normal since the 1st of June. But the last couple of days have featured some spotty rains, and we've seen about 1/3 of an inch officially here in Springfield out at the airport. Parts of town, though, not near as much. Areas to the south and east also reporting some varied amounts of precipitation, almost 3/4 of an inch in Fort Leonard Wood, but only about 1/10 in West Plains. None in Mountain Home over the last couple of days, but over in Harrison, we've picked up just shy of 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. This was our last shot at it. The rain is over with. Still some leftover cloudiness, but that'll fade away, and we'll see some patchy fog developing, and temperatures will gradually continue to cool through the 70s. Looks like overnight lows in the low 70s. Patchy fog to begin the day on Wednesday. Otherwise, a mostly sunny and much drier day. Just a very slight chance for an isolated afternoon shower or thunderstorm with highs in the low 90s.
New at 10, a church and family pray for an infant boy who should be in the operating room right now. 4-month-old Caleb's parents, Matt and Desiree Miller, heard today that their son is getting a heart. Color 10's Kevin Schwaller is following this, and Kevin, the procedure that Caleb is having done is going on right now.
Yeah, it is. In fact, that picture was on the Facebook page called Pray for Caleb, saying they just took him back. Please pray. Now, that page also shows that the transplant team believes the heart is good but high risk, and the pastor at the family church tells us the surgery is supposed to last hours.
Boulevard Baptist Church is holding 4-month-old Caleb in their hearts.
And it was quite a challenge to discover how serious his problems were.
As they pray that his heart will soon beat strongly.
Matt called me about noon today to tell me that a heart had become available that was suitable.
Pastor Doug Shivers is keeping in contact with Caleb's parents, Matt and Desiree Miller.
I was ecstatic. Our whole church was. Matt and I were crying together over the phone. It was just such good news.
Caleb's mom and dad found out about the severe congenital heart defect before Caleb was born. Desiree spoke with us in March.
It's devastating. We had already, when we found out, we'd already posted it's a boy on Facebook. We had no idea that there was a problem, and then the doctor came in and talked to us, and it's just your whole world kind of comes crashing in because it's your baby.
Desiree's Facebook posts haven't stopped. The page Pray for Caleb has more than 35,000 likes. Desiree also spoke with us in March about her hopes for her son.
Just that he grows up to be a happy, healthy boy like our other two boys, that he's, gets to run and play and grow and learn. And we know there'll probably be good days and bad days once Caleb's born, but that, we're not there yet. So each day will take one day at a time.
At least on this day, the Millers know their baby has a chance at a new heart.
Especially because of that risk with the heart, there is still uncertainty. Still, this was the post on the Pray for Caleb Facebook page when the family found out about the heart. We have a heart, we have a heart, we have a heart, it said. We are shaking and crying with excitement and nerves. We'll update with more details later. Caleb is 4 months old today and has been on that transplant list about a month.
Such an emotional story. We'll continue to follow it. Thanks, Kevin. As Springfield's two largest hospitals, we learned today, rank among the best in the state and region. U.S. News and World Report lists Cox Health as number 7 in Missouri. Mercy Hospital comes in at number 10. Cox has a 72% patient satisfaction rating. Mercy's rating was at 82%. And if you want to see the full annual U.S. News hospital rankings on our website, just go to ozarksfirst.com.
Tonight, new at 10, a dog dispute in the Ozarks gets national attention.
A retriever accused of biting a child. Now he's facing execution.
Please don't kill my dog.
7-year-old Lexi Sanders is begging for the life of her dog. Phineas, a Labrador retriever, is on doggy death row.
Inside Edition will air and feature Phineas on its next episode. Phineas, of course, lives in Salem, Missouri, and is supposed to be put down because of 3 reports of biting. But his family and an intense social media campaign have kept Phineas alive now while his future is decided in the courts. Inside Edition airs overnight starting at 12:35 a.m. right here on Color 10.
A teen charged with murder in Stone County will stand trial in Newton County. Today, a judge approved a change of venue for Anthony Zarro. He's a 17-year-old accused of killing Paul and Margaret Brooks in Lampe earlier this year. Prosecutors say Zarro and another teen, Christopher Allen, had ran away from a boys' ranch. They then broke into the cabin, here you see, and then attacked the couple. Allen is also trying to get a change of venue. Police are trying to find a man tonight who opened fire in a Springfield neighborhood this afternoon. It happened on South Newton Avenue, not far from Kansas Expressway and Walnut. A police spokesperson says one man was hit in the leg. It is not clear what led to the shooting.
2 men are also behind bars now in Springfield, accused of shooting a gun at a man. This happened this morning over on North Pickwick, over between Commercial and Kearney. Police say the victim there saw the 2 guys in his backyard. When he went outside, they attacked and fired at him. Police say a neighbor then tried to approach the guys and was also shot at. Officers set up a perimeter there and eventually arrested the suspects.
More than 60 soldiers will return to Fort Leonard Wood tomorrow. The 13th Military Police Company has spent the last 9 months overseas. The welcome ceremony is scheduled for 11:30 p.m. at Fort Leonard Wood's Abrams Theater.
Missouri ranks in the top 10 states now in terms of being pro-business. That's according to the annual study by Polina Corporate. That study gave Missouri an A grade for its corporate tax rate, unemployment insurance, and electricity costs. This is the 4th consecutive year that Missouri has been in the top 10. Meanwhile, the state's unemployment rate inched up slightly in June. Even though Missouri added jobs, new numbers tonight from the Department of Economic Development show the rate rose 1/10 of a point to 6.9%. That's still lower than the national unemployment rate, which is right now at 7.6%. In June, Missouri added more than 12,000 jobs. The leisure and hospitality industries saw the largest growth. 98% of alarm calls turn out to be false.
And that is why the Springfield Police Department is changing how it deals with alarms.
We're kind of hoping that it's going to be a twofold, that it's not only helping us on the backside of manpower issues, but on the front side of reducing the false alarms that we have to respond to.
The new policies and potential fines people and businesses must pay if they have too many.
We invite you to follow Color 10 on Facebook. It's easy to find us. Find the Facebook icon. It's right there at ozarksfirst.com. Now tonight, more local news for you. False alarm calls take police obviously away from more pressing issues.
And that is why a company in Texas is now helping Springfield. Caller 10's Lindsay Klein explains the changes.
And David Ashley, bills for a fourth or more false alarm call will now be coming from a Texas-based business called PMAM. And through the education the company provides, Springfield police are hoping for fewer false alarm calls. It happens often.
Usually out of all alarm calls, about 98% are false.
We may forget our codes.
System is disarmed.
Or just not turn our alarms off in time.
For the first 6 months through June, we had almost 1,900 false alarms that we actually responded to.
An extremely time-consuming process for Springfield police, which is why the department is now getting help from a Texas-based business called PMAM. PMAM will take on the responsibility of sending bills to people who have a fourth or more false alarm call that requires a response.
Our ordinance requires if you have a fourth alarm that's false in a year, that's when our civil penalties start.
Of the almost 1,900 false alarms Springfield police were called to in the first 6 months of the year, almost 300 required billing. PMAM will now not only handle the information and billing behind false alarms in Springfield, but it will also educate those who have multiple false alarms.
It's freeing up actually about 3 or 4 people on the administrative side of it.
False alarm calls often require a response from 2 police officers in 2 separate cars and can take nearly an hour to investigate.
It takes anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes depending on the size of the building that they've got to check.
Officers are hoping assistance from PMAM will lessen the number of false alarm calls in our area.
We're kind of hoping that it's going to be a twofold, that it's not only helping us on the backside of manpower issues, but on the front side of reducing the false alarms that we have to respond to.
Those who have a fourth or more false alarm call will now be able to pay online, which they could not do before. They'll get a letter from PMAM on city letterhead notifying them if they do need to pay a fine for a business. The fourth false alarm call is $50. The eighth is $100. For homes, it's cheaper. The fourth false alarm call is $15 and the eighth is $30.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Well, no alarms to sound, so to speak, with the forecast. Jamie, we got some nice rain and the heat's back, though.
It was good to see the rain. Of course, with the rain, we've seen the mugginess return, and it looks like the rain's going away. The mugginess is going to stay, and the temperatures, they're going to rise. Get ready for hotter temperatures the rest of the week. Look at that. And your weekend forecast, too, coming up.
And now weather with Color 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
All right, let's take a look at basically the heat that we've seen so far. And really, when you compare it to last summer, we haven't seen a lot of heat. We've seen little bouts of it, and then we get a round of relief. And we're going to see another one after this next bout of heat that we're about to endure. Again, let's talk numbers, though. Since the beginning of the summer season, since June 1st through July the 15th, we have only seen 12 days of 90-degree plus temperatures compared to 21 by the same point last summer. And last summer, there was a lot of triple-digit heat. So far this summer, there hasn't been any. Of course, that could change as things continue to dry out. It'll get easier and easier to heat things up, so we'll have to see how August turns out. But right now, things are still being held in check. And even today, although hot, making it up to 91, we had clouds around and we had showers and thunderstorms that helped to cool things off as we work through the mid to late afternoon hours. This was our last shot at relatively widespread shower and thunderstorm activity, though, folks, as the upper level low continues to pull away. And you can see it swirling now into New Mexico. Behind that upper level low, we have an upper level high right here. And that high is beginning to build west. And what's going to happen is that moisture pump that's been in place the last couple of days, it's made it pretty easy, actually, to generate showers and thunderstorms during the heat of the day. That moisture pump is going to be shutting down, at least for the Ozarks, as that area high pressure builds in from the northeast. And with that area high pressure being relatively stacked throughout the atmosphere, sitting so close to the Ozarks, it is going to be hard to generate shower and thunderstorm activity. Not to say that there couldn't be an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but nearly everybody is going to stay dry over the next several days, and we are going to find temperatures going back up. Looks like low 90s tomorrow, but mid 90s likely on Thursday and again on Friday. Now, again, I mentioned earlier that this will be a quick bout of heat, as it looks like yet another round of relief will be on the way this weekend in the form of a front, which will arrive on Saturday. And that front looks like it'll probably arrive by early afternoon here along I-44. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will be the result, and that front will drop south through the area and in northern Arkansas, at least, on Sunday. So it looks like even on Sunday, though I don't expect any rainfall, we will see slightly cooler temperatures before the heat builds back again across the area early next week. Overnight tonight, down to 70. I think we're done with the rain. I think the showers and thunderstorms are over with. We will likely see, as skies continue to clear, some patchy areas of fog developing. So that'll be something to contend with early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, looks like a muggy start with lows only around 70. Tomorrow, after some early morning fog, we'll find a mostly sunny morning. Clouds will try to bubble up in the afternoon. And again, there could be an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but most areas are going to stay dry. It looks like at least 91 for a high, if not maybe even a little bit hotter than that tomorrow afternoon, and it looks like after that we'll continue to see those afternoon highs edging even higher Thursday and then on Friday. Saturday, that front comes through, scattered showers and thunderstorms, highs up near 90, upper 80s on Sunday. Looks like the moisture will try to return to the area on Monday, and the result will likely be at least a chance for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms, followed by drier weather once again on Tuesday. And notice with the drier weather, we'll see the heat beginning to build yet again with highs back into the low to mid 90s.
Well, we had some nice showers around areas of at least Greene County this evening. So.
Yeah, it was nice to see. Hopefully you got some rain in your backyard if you needed it, and if you didn't get it today, hopefully you'll get it this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Jamie.
You bet.
He's got to touch the football, and the more he touches the football, the better team we're going to be.
Gary Pinkel and his Mizzou Tigers were at SEC Football Media Day today.
Dan Lucy is coming up with our sports report. He has more on what Pinkel had to say about Dorial Green-Beckham.
And now, Color 10 Sports with Dan Lucy.
The National League was looking for a little home field advantage to keep their All-Star Game winning streak alive tonight. The 84th Major League Baseball All-Star Game at City Park, home of the New York Mets, and the National League looking for its 4th consecutive win, home field advantage to the World Series to the winner, Tom Seaver. Ceremonial first pitch. First inning, and the Mets, Matt Harvey would pluck the Yankees' Robinson Cano on the right knee. He would have to leave later in that inning. Mizzou and Detroit Tiger. Max Scherzer for the American League strikes out the Reds' Joey Votto looking in at the first inning. It was 1-0 American League 5th inning when the Orioles' J.J. Hardy grounds to second. The Nationals turn the double play, but Baltimore's Adam Jones scores on the fielder's choice. It was 2-0 American. Top of the 8th inning, the Indians' Jason Kipnis would double off the boards and left. The Royals' Salvador Perez comes in to score to make it 3-0. Bottom of the 8th inning, fellow All-Stars saluting the Yankees' Mariano Rivera's last All-Star Game appearance. He ends the inning with his ground out to short. American League wins this one 3-0. The Springfield Cardinals are back to normal tonight after the Chris Carpenter circus has left town. Mike Schilt's crew looking to get back in the win column after having their 4-game winning streak snapped by Arkansas. Cards had new pitcher Zach Petrick, fresh from Palm Beach on the Hill, and quite a debut. Petrick would get Taylor Lindsay looking here, one of his 8 strikeouts on the night. Springfield gives him support in the first. James Ramsey deep to left. This one goes into the bullpen and gone. That's a solo shot. That makes it 1-0. Next batter is Ruben Gotay, and he would go the other way. This one would sail over the wagon gate and gone. Gotay's 11th home run of the season. Back-to-back jacks. 2-0 Springfield. More Cards offense. Second inning, new catcher Casey Rasmus with a broken bat single to left. It drops in. Jake Lemmerman scores 3-0. Mike O'Neill follows later in the second with this single to right. Rasmus slides across safely to make it 4-0. Petrick goes 6 innings, gives up just 1 run. Springfield wins 5-2. And still no word from the St. Louis Cardinals on whether Chris Carpenter will make an encore appearance at Hammons Field. One thing's for sure, Carpenter enjoyed his evening in Springfield as much as the Cardinal fans enjoyed watching him. Carpenter trying to come back from that nerve ailment in his throwing shoulder. The 2005 Cy Young Award winner threw 54 pitches last night, 34 for strikes, and got 5 strikeouts. He also gave up a 2-run homer, lasted 2 2/3 innings. Carpenter has 30 days to make more rehab starts.
I got a ways to go. I threw 50-some pitches and went 2 2/3 innings tonight. I got a few more starts to make. So then we'll start talking about it. I'm sure at 5 days from now, I would assume I'm on a regular rotation, wherever that is, and whatever the best opportunity for me to pitch is, either here or Memphis, as well be. I got a lot to prove to them, myself, and my organization, and Mo and those guys to let them believe that I can go out there and get outs. At some point, I'm going to have to go through the lineup a few times and stay out there and compete, or it's not worth it.
Football season may not officially kick off for another couple of weeks, but it's always football season in the SEC, and believe it or not, the SEC kicked off media days today. More than 1,000 reporters have gathered in Hoover, Alabama for the annual event, and the Mizzou Tigers were among the teams meeting the press on day one. Gary Pinkel's Tigers coming off their first losing campaign in 9 years. The coach will start his 13th season at the Tiger helm and says Hillcrest product Dorial Green Beckham will be a big part of Mizzou's success in 2013.
He has got to touch the football. Now, there's going to be a number out there we're going to try to reach every week, and I'm not going to say what that number is going to be because I don't want to have to talk about it every Monday. But he's got to touch the football, and the more he touches the football, the better team we're going to be. It's a lot different player than a year ago. We saw glimpses as the season went on. He's a very special athlete. He's a great kid. He's got a great work ethic.
Tomorrow, Arkansas's Brett Bielema down there with the Razorbacks at Media Day.
Look forward to it, Dan. Thanks.
About a month and a half, right, till the opener?
Unbelievable. Football season's always here.
Can't wait. We'll be right back.
Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. Color 10 News will continue in a moment.
Well, Jamie, we are finally going to get some of this heat that we have been waiting on all summer long.
Well, we're going to get another round of a little bit of heat over the next several days. That's right. Put away the umbrellas. Now it's time to deal with the hot temperatures. But that's maybe not a bad thing. That'll give the kids an opportunity to get out to that pool tomorrow afternoon. Low 90s Wednesday. Looks like low to mid 90s Thursday and mid 90s on Friday. We will see more rain, though, on Saturday. And I've already had a few people ask me about whether or not their golf game is going to get rained out. There is going to be a possibility that that may happen. It looks like here in Springfield we could see showers and thunderstorms maybe as early as around lunchtime or shortly thereafter.
Okay, all right. Quick final thought?
I was going to say, the American League wins the All-Star games.
Yeah.
That's that National League winning streak.
All right, thanks, Dan.
And we are glad you could join us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Good night.